on the out lap. This lap is like the calm before the storm, a moment of zen before pushing the limits.
That's right. It's about understanding the track's personality today in Euro. Each day, each lap can tell a different story, especially at a track like Genoatrack Uno.
There's Chris Duke, easing out onto Genoatrack Uno. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Sunoiler is on their first practice flying lap. Look at Chris Duke taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
Alright, Wayne Pearson has put down a 1:36.203. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Toyota SFR Racing.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Mate, sometimes I reckon the pit wall looks like they're controlling a spaceship with all those dials and knobs.
You're not wrong. Each of those adjustments, from brake bias to differential settings, has a profound effect on car behavior. It's like tuning a guitar, but instead of strings, you're tweaking mechanical symphonies to get the car singing just right on the track.
Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
There's no mucking around for Puppy Dog from Hella Euro, straight down to business on this first flyer. They'll be keen to see what times they can clock in early on.
Yeah, and it's not just about speed. It's about rhythm, finding that flow around Genoatrack Uno. Getting into that groove early can set the pace for the whole session.
There's Eric, Wolfs, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The out lap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Genoatrack Uno.
Sunoiler has a best lap time of 1:35.593. And off goes Eric, Wolfs, easing into the rhythm of Genoatrack Uno. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the senses, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
Wayne Pearson's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 1:36.331. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Look at Puppy Dog from Hell go, they're really giving it some jandle now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They're mapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car's performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
Mate, these drivers aren't just burning rubber for the fun of it. They're chasing the ghost, that perfect lap that's always just out of reach.
Absolutely. Back in my racing days, I used to call it chasing the dragon. It's that feeling when you know there's still a little more in the tank, a fraction of a second to be found.
Puppy Dog from Hell is getting to grips with the Toyota SFR racing in this practice session. Sunoiler's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 1:33.233. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Wayne Pearson posted 1:34.774 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? There's the first flying lap for Chris Hildew, hitting 1:35.485. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Puppy Dog from Hell is in Windigo. Wolves posted a 1:35.564 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Wayne Pearson crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 1:45.403. They're getting to grips with Genoatrack, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
It's a bit like looking for water in the outback. These drivers are searching for that sweet rhythm, where everything just clicks.
Spot on. It's that elusive flow state. When everything syncs up, the car, the track, the driver, that's when magic happens.
Eric Wolfs has a best lap time of 1:36.710. Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 1:34.949. Megasaurus 55 is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book that sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car is responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Genoatrack Uno.
Alright, Chris Ilduke has put down a 1:34.835. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Toyota SFR Racing.
For sure, Rob. It's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Puppy Dog from Hell's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 1:38.261. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Wayne Pearson posted 3:29.071 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Sunoiler posted a 1:46.433 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? So, for those tuning in and wondering what's the go with these practice sessions, well, it ain't just about flexing their engines. It's about synergy, mate. Getting the driver, the car, and the track to sing in harmony.
Couldn't have put it better. We liken it to rehearsing a dance. Every step, every turn must be practiced until it's second nature on the big stage.
Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
Wayne Pearson crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 1:37.182. They're getting to grips with Genoatrack Uno, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Eric, Wolf's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 1:34.147. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 1:34.949. Megasaurus 55 is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the Toyota SFR Racing's capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
Eric Wolfs has a best lap time of 1:34.055. With just 101 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Alright, Eric Wolfs has put down a 1:34.331. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Toyota SFR Racing.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Oh yeah, these practices aren't just a walkabout in the park. It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
The engines are revving up and the drivers are ready to hit the gas pedal for this qualifying session at Genoatrack Uno. Wayne Pearson is on their out lap. What a fantastic showing from Sunoiler in qualifying. They currently hold the top spot and are in prime position for a strong starting position. Their lap times have been exceptional, and they have showcased their talent and determination.
I share your thoughts, Rob. Sunoiler is currently untouchable with their outstanding performance. They have raised the bar, and their competitors have a tough challenge ahead to catch up.
Wayne Pearson has secured a respectable fifth in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? What an impressive performance from Sunoiler. They are currently leading the pack in this qualification session, showing incredible pace and skill. It's a commanding position for them, and they have set the bar high for their competitors. Sunoiler has completed their out lap. Impressive display by Chris Ilduke, currently sitting in position 2. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position. Chris Ilduke has completed their outlap. It's a masterclass from Sunoiler in this qualification session. They have stamped their authority on the track, setting the pace and currently leading the pack. It's an outstanding performance, and they are making their intentions clear for the race ahead.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Sunoiler has asserted their authority on the track with their commanding performance. The gap between them and the rest of the field is quite significant.
There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Chris Ilduke has completed their outlap. Currently in fourth, Eric Wolfs has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Eric Wolfs has positioned themselves impressively in fourth. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
Incredible performance by Jack M team so far. They have been the benchmark in this qualification session, consistently setting fast lap times and securing the top spot. It's a commanding position for them, and their rivals will be chasing their tail. Jack M team has completed their outlap. It's an impressive showing by Sunoiler, currently in second. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher?
I couldn't agree more, Rob. Sunoiler has done a fantastic job to claim second. The challenge now is to convert this opportunity into a strong race result.
Sunoiler has completed their first flying lap in 1:32.238. A solid qualifying performance by Megasaurus 55, positioning them in second at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Megasaurus 55's current position of second reflects their strong qualifying performance. Now, they'll need to strategize and capitalize on this starting position.
Impressive work from Jack M team, who has claimed third on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position.
Spot on analysis, Rob. Jack M team has positioned themselves well in third. It's now crucial for them to maintain their focus and defend their position in the upcoming race.
Jack M team has just completed that lap in 1:32.654. Their best lap so far is 1:32.636, putting them in P3. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? And there goes Wayne Pearson, currently in position 6. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result. What a performance from Chris Ilduke. They currently occupy fourth on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favorable starting spot? Chris Ilduke has just completed a lap in 1:33.408. Let's see if they can improve on the time further. Incredible drive by Eric Wolf so far, earning him 5th on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
I completely agree, Rob. Eric Wolves has positioned themselves impressively in 5th. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. With Jack M team now sitting pretty in 1st, they have got to be feeling good.
True, but in the world of racing, good isn't always good enough. They've got to keep their eye on the prize and aim for perfection on every turn. It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Martin Tuib has put in a great effort and currently holds 9th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position? Martin Tuib has completed their outlap. Martin Tuib has completed their outlap. An outstanding display from Jack M team in this qualification session. They have been on fire, putting in blistering lap times and currently sitting at the top of the leaderboard. It's a statement performance, showcasing their speed and determination.
Absolutely, Rob. Jack M team is setting an impressive pace and demonstrating their dominance on the track. Their competitors have a challenging task ahead to match their performance.
A strong showing from Wayne Pearson as they currently sit in 7th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve. Currently in ninth, Martin Tuip has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position. Martin Tuip has completed their outlap. A solid performance from Chris Il-Duc as they currently hold position 5. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid.
Absolutely, Rob. Chris Il-Duc has shown great potential to secure 5th. It's now a matter of channeling that momentum into a strong performance during the race.
It's a stellar performance from Chris Il-Duc, clinching 5th.
They're in a great spot, Rob, but in qualifying, complacency can be your worst enemy. They need to keep pushing the limits while staying cool under pressure.
Megasaurus 55 has positioned themselves well in 4th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Megasaurus 55 has positioned themselves impressively in 4th. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
A solid qualifying performance by Megasaurus 55, positioning them in 4th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. You've joined us on a breezy day here at Genoatrack Uno, as we're getting ready to get things underway. Jack M team is on pole.
They'll be excited at their prospects for this race.
On the second grid slot we have Sunoiler.
Let's see what Sunoiler can do.
Taking the third spot is Rob Keane.
Rob will be taking no prisoners today.
And in the fourth position, it's none other than Megasaurus 55. Chris Ilduke is going to be starting from fifth.
Big things expected for Chris Ilduke today.
Eric Wolfs will be looking to gain ground quickly as they start from sixth on the grid. Martin Tuip is seventh.
Expect some battling with Wayne Pearson.
In the middle of the pack, we have Wayne Pearson starting from the 8th position on the grid. The 9th starting position belongs to Puppy Dog from Hell, who will be looking to make up ground early on. Oi, lights are gone. Flat out like a lizard drinking, mate.
Now here's the sticky wicket. Gotta be pushy but not too pushy, lest they want to find themselves talking a pit stop sooner than they'd like.
Establishing an early advantage will be crucial to the outcome of this race. There's some intense battling throughout the field as everyone is looking to get off to a good start.
I'm looking forward to burning some rubber here, Rob.
It's brilliant to see such a full grid here today. I think passing is going to be difficult today here at Genoatrack Uno, so it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers get on.
A good old-fashioned southern standoff, that's what Rob's doing. Holding their ground, and sometimes that's the best strategy in the early laps.
The racing is normally closely fought here at Genoatrack Uno. I think we are in for a cracking race.
What a beautiful day for racing here at Genoatrack Uno. This is going to be good to watch.
Struth, Wayne Pearson's not here to muck about. The gap to Megasaurus 55 is dropping faster than a hot pie at the footy, now at 0.4 seconds.
Now this is what I call some high-octane excitement. Both drivers pedal down, looking to grab the brass ring.
You know, mate, I was chatting with some of the pit crew earlier, and they were debating on which tyre compound to use. Hard as deciding between a meat pie and a sausage roll.
Well, back in my Indy days, the choice was as clear as sweet tea or lemonade. But I reckon, here, with these changing conditions, it's more of a gamble.
This is a thrilling battle as Wayne Pearson edges closer to Megasaurus 55 in their fight for P7.
Dang. Wayne Pearson's chasing Megasaurus 55 like a southern belle after a gentleman with a fat wallet. This is racier than a late-night movie marathon.
Stone the Crows. Sunoiler's in second, but if I know them, Jack M team's gonna cop an Aussie-style sneak attack real soon.
It's like watching a hawk circling its prey, waiting for the right moment to swoop.
Puppy Dog from Hell could be looking for a way up the inside of Rob. It's a brilliant day for racing, and the drivers are putting on a show.
Absolutely. What a great race we are witnessing today. These drivers are giving it their all, and it's a thrill to watch them compete at this level.
They're really pushing themselves and their machines to the limit, and it's paying off with some incredible driving.
It's a pleasure to be here today, Rob. You really can't beat the excitement of a good race, especially one as competitive as this.
Good on ya, puppy dog from hell. Trailin' so far back, reckon the front pack has already written the eulogy.
Nail-biting indeed. I've already chewed through half of mine. And while puppy dog from hell is going for gold, I'll be going for a manicure.
Oof, if Rob was a kangaroo, they'd be roadkill by now. Come on, mate, put some pep in that step. Whoa, Megasaurus 55 is coming in hot. I dunno if it's the red mist or if they have just missed their breaking point.
A momentary lapse in concentration, perhaps? Moving at these speeds, a millisecond can make all the difference between success or total failure, Rob.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Keen is proper nipping at Eric Wolf's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell.
If Rob gets any closer to Eric Wolf's, they'll need to start sending out wedding invitations.
Oh dear, Rob has dropped down to 8th. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. Oi, Sunoiler tried to pull a Steve Irwin and wrestle with the track limits. Track 1, Sunoiler 0. Creaky, Chris Duke sticking to Keen like Vegemite on toast. This is more tense than a possum in headlights. It's a battle of wills out there. Each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the outbreaking alert. Stone the crows. Chris Duke's off in the bush again. Someone get him a map and compass.
I reckon Chris Duck thought they were panning for gold off the track there. Sorry, buddy, that's not how you strike it rich.
Wayne Pearson seems to be putting the pressure on Chris Duke. Hold on a second, and Wayne Pearson in 9th is coming into the pits, and that might be to serve a penalty.
That's not where they want to be right now.
Wow, Wayne Pearson is really pushing it. They're coming up fast, Chris Duke, and there's no way they can make that turn. You'd reckon Chris Duke was tracing the shadows of ancient Dreamtime stories with that sprawling distance ahead. It's a trek that rivals the tales of old bunyip chasers.
Feels like they're chasing moon.
Breaking alert, Keen's duffed it up. They're gonna need more than a coldie to forget that one. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Megasaurus 55 is breathing down the neck of Rob, not giving him any room to relax.
Hey Rob, ever seen a cat toy with a mouse? Kind of feels like what Megasaurus 55 is doing to Keen right now, doesn't it?
Stone the crows. Megasaurus 55's on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, 6th.
Well, slap my knee and call it a jamboree. Megasaurus 55's putting on a masterclass, storming into 6th.
These engines aren't just humming for fun. They're thirstier than an Aussie after a game of cricket in the sun.
Cricket? That's like baseball with longer games, right? Anyway, these engines do have a roar that could rival any muscle car back home.
Watching Keen try to close that gap on Megasaurus 55 is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes.
Dang, Keen is so far back, he might start seeing last week's race. But hey, in racing, as in love, persistence is key. Right, y'all?
Mate, are they packing something extra down under? Sorry to cut in here. Maybe Megasaurus 55's got a drop bear in the cockpit, cause that move was bonkers. Everyone's on the edge of their seats. Or in my case, on the edge of spilling my coffee. Eric Wolf's is getting closer to Martin Tuitt, and I'm getting closer to needing a towel.
You ever been to a school reunion and thought, what happened to that guy? Well, I'm looking at Eric Wolf's, I'm thinking the same.
Tire degradation's a right pain in the ass, but Eric Wolf's is handling it like a champ. Getting real up close and personal with Martin Tuitt, aren't they? We often hear drivers complaining about tire graining. Hal, can you explain what that means and how it affects car handling?
Graining occurs when small rubber particles roll up on the tire's surface, reducing grip and negatively affecting handling. It usually happens when the tires are not in their optimal temperature window or when a driver is pushing too hard on a cold or overworked tire.
Some say it's about the journey, not the destination. But Puppy Dog from Hell seems pretty intent on that 5th spot.
And just like in any great drama, Puppy Dog from Hell is the lead actor right now, captivating us all from the 5th.
Things are starting to get tense as Rob manages to close the gap to Puppy Dog from Hell. It's now down to 0.3 seconds. No room for error here. Rob Always Keen is breathing down the neck of Puppy Dog from Hell, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move. Fantastic move from Rob, who has just gained a position.
Well, butter my biscuit. Rob's burning rubber and climbing up to 5th.
Would ya look at that gap? Puppy Dog from Hell's got a better chance of finding a sober Aussie on Australia Day. But hey, we love an underdog. Go get them, Tiger. Jack M team isn't just racing, they're weaving a narrative, sitting proudly in 1st. Jack M team's pushing harder than a kangaroo in a boxing match, widening their lead over Sunoiler. They've found their rhythm like a didgeridoo player in full swing.
Yes, it's clear that Jack M team is in control out there. They're making it very difficult for Sunoiler to catch up.
We've seen overtakes, close calls, and pure racing genius today. Currently, Rob Always Keen has carved out a spot at 5th. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Rob is in the lead, but Puppy Dog from Hold Up a Mo. Oh, mate. That's how the old man used to drive after a couple of bevies at the pub. Not the right line, but definitely entertaining.
Gee whiz, Puppy Dog from Hell's lost direction faster than I lost my youth. Welcome to the club.
As the laps tick by, Jack M team finds themselves in 1st. Every moment counts.
They say racing's a game of nerves, and Jack M team's surely holding theirs, keeping that 1st spot warm.
Buckle up, Hal. Sunoiler is cutting into Jack M team's lead like a hot knife through butter. It's now down to 3.8 seconds.
This is a real test for Jack M team. They need to find some extra pace and hold off Sunoiler if they want to win this race.
The G-forces these drivers endure, especially around corners like Wild Willie, it's no joke. You'd think they're astronauts preparing for launch.
Oh, for sure. It's a testament to their fitness and training regimes. Each lap, pushing their bodies to the limit, all while making split-second decisions at blinding speeds. Respect.
Martin Tuitt is placed 3rd at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Eric Wolfs, who is 1.7 seconds behind. Bloody hell, Megasaurus 55 looks like they're chasing a ghost out there, but as we always say, every dingo has its day.
That they do, and in Carolina, we'd say they're chasing their tail, but miracles do happen.
Looks like Megasaurus 55 remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving him better cornering. If they get any closer to Puppy Dog from Hell, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie. In a world where milliseconds matter, Jack M Team's grasp on the first speaks volumes.
It's a dance, Rob. The way Jack M Team holds onto that first, it's like they're leading in a tango.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Megasaurus 55 is right on the heels of Puppy Dog from Hell, and we're in for a wild ride.
Sweet Caroline, Megasaurus 55's giving Puppy Dog from Hell a hard time. Can't wait to see what happens when they hit Slim's shot.
It looks like Puppy Dog from Hell is pulling away from Megasaurus 55. The gap is continuing to grow as they head through Powder Cache. It's a brilliant day for racing here at Genoatrack Uno. I'm really enjoying this.
This race is truly epic. What a treat to be sat here witnessing this spectacle.
Crikey, Eric. Wolf's has got a gap ahead as vast as the Simpson Desert. The bloke's really got to pull up his socks to close that chasm.
Sure as sugar, down in Carolina, we'd say they're trailing like a turtle in a rabbit race. Lukey here, I've seen some wild turns in my time, and just when you think it's all said and done, old Lady Luck might just wink your way. So don't count out Eric Wolf's just yet.
Well, don't come the raw prawn. Eric Wolf's is giving it some stick, pulling Martin Tuip into a mere 2.2 seconds. It may seem like Eric Wolf's is far behind, but Martin Tuip can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give Eric Wolf's an opening to catch up.
That's very true, and Eric Wolf's knows that as well. They have to drive their own race and wait for Martin Tuip to make a mistake if they want to have any chance of overtaking.
As fast as a cut snake, Martin Tuip is moving away from Eric Wolf's.
Seems like Martin Tuip has got the wind in their sails, but will Eric Wolf's be able to weather the storm? Martin Tuip's as cool as a cucumber out there, making it tough for Eric Wolf's to catch up.
A solid performance from Megasaurus 55, who is holding down 6th.
Absolutely, and they need to keep driving with determination to stay in that position.
Megasaurus 55 is giving a masterclass out there, but will overconfidence be their downfall?
Indeed, Rob, pride comes before a fall. Let's see if Puppy Dog from Hell can capitalize on any mistake. Megasaurus 55 is holding the fort pretty darn well, making it a long haul for Puppy Dog from Hell to reel them in.
It's looking good for Jack M Team, sitting in first.
You nailed it. The track is a battleground, and Jack M Team's position is their fortress. Let's see how long they hold the fort.
Sunoiler's gaining on Jack M Team faster than a rattlesnake on a mouse. The gap's now down to 3.4 seconds. One thing I admire about Assetto Corsa friends is the sense of community. It's not just about the competition, it's about coming together, sharing knowledge, and pushing the boundaries of the sport.
You nailed it. Every time they hit the track, it's a culmination of shared experiences, lessons learned, and an undying passion for the sport. It's heartwarming and exhilarating all at once.
As the laps wind down, the hunt intensifies. Eric Wolf's is lurking, ready to unleash an overtaking masterclass on Rob Always Keen. Things are getting spicy as Chris Ilduke is breathing down Puppy Dog from Hell's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them. Chris Ilduke's playing hard to get, eh? If they drop the pace anymore, they'll be in reverse. But crikey, Puppy Dog from Hell's just raring to go.
Well, Chris Ilduke's got their britches in a twist. Puppy Dog from Hell is riding the gravy train with biscuit wheels, I tell ya.
Someone's revved up after lunch. Chris Ilduke's blitzed ahead, claiming 7th. Looks like we might have a great battle starting here between Chris Ilduke in 7th and Puppy Dog from Hell. It's been tense with a gap of only 0.5 seconds.
Look at those tires on Chris Ilduke's car. They're gripping the asphalt like an eagle on a trout. Puppy Dog from Hell's got their work cut out for them.
Talk about intense. Puppy Dog from Hell is on Chris Ilduke's bumper. We're in for a treat as they approach Powder Cache.
This battle between Puppy Dog from Hell and Chris Ilduke is so intense, you could cut the tension with a knife, or should I say, with a front wing.
Puppy Dog from Hell's on the back foot here, struggling to keep up with Chris Ilduke like a dingo after a roadrunner. Geez, Eric, Wolves has got their work cut out for them. It's a tougher challenge than wrestling a croc after a bad day.
Like trying to rope a bull with spaghetti. Ain't gonna be easy.
Eric, Wolves is trying their best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with Rob at the moment. It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Puppy Dog from Hell trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Chris Ilduke. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. Can Puppy Dog from Hell close in enough to mount a challenge?
Lord have mercy. Puppy Dog from Hell's got more space between him and Chris Ilduke than my paw got between his ears. But miracles do happen. Just ask my ex-wife.
The leader has done it. What an incredible performance from Jack M team, who was simply untouchable today. This is a race that will go down in the history books.
What a result for Jack M team. They'll be absolutely thrilled with that performance, and rightly so. They really put in the work and it's paid off in spades.
Some might say that second place is the first loser, but Sunoiler certainly doesn't see it that way. They put in a phenomenal effort and should be proud of their impressive result. Impressive drive from Martin Tuip to claim the final spot on the podium. 4th and 5th is Rob Keane and Eric Wolfs. Megasaurus 55 claimed 6th. Taking 7th is Chris Ilduke. Breaking development, Chris Ilduke is pitting. Followed by Puppy Dog from Hell in 8th. Finishing 9th is Wayne Pearson. It looks like Wayne Pearson has been called into the pits. There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Genoatrack Uno, as we're getting ready to kick things off. Starting from pole position is a dream come true for Wayne Pearson. We've got a greenie, and away we go. This first bit's gonna test their nous and ability to keep their eyes on the prize.
The opening lap is often a hotbed of potential problems. The ability to steer clear of any mishaps will set the stage for a successful race.
Starting from pole position is a great opportunity for Wayne Pearson to take control of the race. Oh no, what's this? This is a disaster for Wayne Pearson in the Toyota SFR Racing coming into the pits and isn't going to do much to improve their chances in this race. Mate, Chris Duke's gonna have to defend like a kangaroo in a boxing match.
You Aussies and your analogies. But yeah, it's game on for sure.
Chris Duke has just dropped the ball. Puppy dog from hell didn't waste any time taking advantage of that. Tough break for Chris Duke, who has just lost a position. It looks like Megasaurus 55 is all over Sunweiler. I think they are gonna press him through Shadow Girl and try and press for a mistake.
For sure, Rob, that's exactly what I would be doing here, as Sunweiler is gonna be aware of them riding their bumper. Can they make it past without taking the paint off?
Buckle up, Jack M team is all over Eric. Wolf's like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action? Bloody hell, Jack M team's tearing up the tarmac and just snatched 6th. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration.
You can't argue with results like that. Jack M team is really making their mark on this race.
The way these cars grip the track is incredible. It's all about downforce. They're stuck to it like a piece of gum to the bottom of a school desk.
Now that's an analogy I get. But why's your gum always under the desks?
Oh, this is getting intense. Eric, Wolf's is just a few car lengths behind Puppy Dog from hell. The pressure is really on for Sunweiler in 4th as Chris Duke is closing in. This is where experience and skill really count. Here's some action. Jack M team's tailgating Chris Duke so close. It's like they're sharing the same set of wheels as they near Slim's shot. Things are getting spicy now as Megasaurus 55 and Sunweiler look to battle it out for 3rd place. We got a close battle as Sunweiler closes in on Megasaurus 55. The gap between Chris Duke and Jack M team is razor thin as they vie for 5th in this nail-biting contest.
The only thing closer than Chris Duke to Jack M team right now is the paint on their cars. Talk about a close encounter.
Blimey, Sunweiler is sticking to Megasaurus 55 like a kangaroo to her Joey. At this rate, they'll be side by side as they hit Wendigo.
Well, isn't this a showdown? Sunweiler's right on the tail of Megasaurus 55. Eyes peeled as they approach Wendigo, folks.
Looks like mech-breaking development. Well, if it isn't Megasaurus 55, the wild wallaby of the track, hopping right off the tarmac. Oh, talk about a tango on tarmac. Sunweiler is dancing closer and closer to Martin Tuitt. You can feel the tension as they approach Das Boat. Blimey, Sunweiler's shifted gears and the results are clear. Cruising up to 2nd just like that.
Shoot, Sunweiler's got more moves than a dance floor on a Saturday night. Look at them shimmy into 2nd.
Hold on to your hats. Martin Tuitt is gunning for Sunweiler. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend? If Martin Tuitt doesn't pick up the pace, hell, they'll be as relevant as an ashtray on a motorbike. It's a game of inches now as Wayne Pearson tails Puppy Dog from hell closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
If this battle ends in tears, it could be like watching a high-speed domino effect, but let's hope they keep it clean and avoid any unplanned games.
Oh, the chase is on. Chris Duke's breathing down the neck of Martin Tuitt.
The gap between them is just over 0.6 seconds. Can Chris Duke close that gap and get back in range? I can't see it happening at this point.
By crikey, Chris Duke's lap time is like a cold beer on a hot day, absolutely smashing. Martin Tuip, you need a moment to recover? It's like watching a cheetah chase its prey. Jack M Team's got Sunoiler in their crosshairs.
It's a dance of titans, a symphony of engines, and Jack M Team's tempo is rising.
Crikey, Jack M Team is losing touch with Sunoiler quicker than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Blimey, the talent on the track today is like watching kangaroos on steroids.
Yeah, and just like those kangaroos, these drivers can really hop into action. You reckon they've got a pocket full of secrets?
This is where the race gets really interesting. Megasaurus 55 is closing in on Puppy Dog from Hell.
Each roar of the engine, each squeal of the tire is a chapter in this epic duel. Who'll pen the perfect ending?
The gap might be more than a second, but Eric Wolfs is showing persistence. Kind of like me trying to open a pickle jar. Keep it, and something's got to give. A setback for Eric. Stop the press. Talk about going walkabout on the track. Eric Wolfs is off on a little bush adventure at Genoatrack Uno, aren't they?
If Eric Wolfs is trying to embody my self-esteem during puberty with that swerve, spot on. Just spot on.
Now isn't this a show? Chris Duke's gotten the bit between their teeth, and they're reeling in Martin Tuip. Look at him weave and bob through Slim's shot, folks. Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Chris Duke for nabbing fourth. You ever miss the roar of engines, Hal?
Every single day, Rob. But we've got the next best thing, dissecting every nuance of these races and sharing our digital wisdom with the world.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed.
Well, butter my biscuit. Wayne Pearson's hot on Eric.
Hold on a moment. Oh, Wayne Pearson went off track? I know the feeling, just like my diet every weekend.
Did the wind contribute to that? It's blowing at 13 kph out there right now.
As Sunoiler trails Jack M Team, it's a bit reminiscent of my cat chasing a laser point. Determined, but always just a tad behind. The drivers are really pushing their limits out there on the track.
It's like they're trying to outrun the laws of physics. But we all know that's impossible. Or is it? I mean, we're a couple of AI commenting on a race. Anything can happen.
Ha ha, you have a point there. And speaking of pushing limits, these cars are breaking records left and right.
They're so fast, it's like they're breaking the sound barrier. Or at least the speed limit.
I hope the police aren't watching. You know, Megasaurus 55 reminds me of my dating life. Starts with promise, ends up tailing behind everyone else. Truth, Megasaurus 55's lap time's slower than a roo with a limp. Wonder if they've had a few too many frothies last night? Eric Wolfs is not waiting around to find out. Looks like Eric Wolfs' car has turned into a mobile, no vacancy sign, and Megasaurus 55 is looking for a room. You won't find cheap rent here, mate.
Megasaurus 55 is hunting, but Eric Wolfs is making that car wide, really wide. It's a tactical masterclass out there.
It's true what they say, Hal, you're never completely useless.
Indeed, Rob, you can always be used as a bad example. Well, bless their heart. Eric Wolfs has gotta kick off those Sunday shoes and dance if they want to catch Megasaurus 55, who's moving and grooving to the lead.
In a race where seconds count, Martin Tuip is counting on less of them between themselves and Chris Duke. Much like I'm counting on less seconds until lunchtime. Aussies love a good underdog story. Any dark horses you're keeping an eye on for this race?
Well, every rodeo has its wild card. I've got a couple names in mind, but I'll keep them close to the vest for now.
Blimey, Eric, Wolfs is gunning it in 8th. Just a whisker behind Megasaurus 55. Hope he's got his budgie smugglers on, cause things are about to get wet and wild.
Will Eric Wolfs be able to make a move and pass Megasaurus 55?
Things are heating up as Megasaurus 55 closes in on Puppy Dog from Hell. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. Megasaurus 55's giving it a red-hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with Puppy Dog from Hell. It's like chasing a roo on a motorbike. With all these modern racing aids, I sometimes wonder, would the legends of the past, the real trailblazers of the sport, have had it easier or tougher today?
That's a debate for the ages, Rob. The tracks might have evolved, the cars definitely have, but the heart of racing? That's eternal.
Things are heating up as Eric Wolfs tries to close the gap to Megasaurus 55.
It's a game of strategy now as Eric Wolfs hunts down Megasaurus 55. Yes, it's all about choosing the right moments to push and when to conserve energy, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
Bugger me, Eric Wolfs has got their thongs stuck in the mud. Meanwhile, Megasaurus 55 is off like a bucket of prawns in the sun.
Daggum, Eric Wolfs is spinning their wheels like a chicken with its head cut off. And Megasaurus 55, like a kid in a candy store, leading the pack.
A great moment for Eric Wolfs, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings.
Yes, Eric Wolfs is driving with real focus and precision, and it's paying off.
I've seen kangaroos jump less than the sparks between Eric Wolfs and Megasaurus 55. It's almost like a Saturday night date, but with a lot more rubber burning. Hang on to your cork hats, mates, we're about to see more jousting than a footy final between Eric Wolfs and Megasaurus 55.
Eric Wolfs' suspension setup's really letting them carry speed into the apex, catching up to Megasaurus 55 like molasses in winter.
Mate, Eric Wolfs is really giving it a burl out there. Ripping it up like a croc in a waterhole.
I tell ya, I haven't—
Oh no, what's this? Looks like Puppy Dog from Hell forgot they weren't at Bondi Beach, taking a dive like that.
Well, shoot, Puppy Dog from Hell's channeling me trying to park in the city. A complete disaster, but always a show.
The battle for 6 is heating up as Eric Wolfs tries to catch Megasaurus 55 in P6. I've made some— hold on a second, looks like that's a mistake from Chris Ilduke, this could be costly.
Yeehaw, Chris Ilduke decided to do a little off-roading. Wrong event, partner.
Who needs speed dating when you've got Megasaurus 55 chasing down Eric Wolfs this eagerly? Move over Tinder, this is how you swipe right at 100 miles per hour.
They say pressure makes diamonds. Well, Megasaurus 55's shining bright, closing in with every heartbeat.
The best laid plans of mice and men hal, but it's certainly not going to plan for Megasaurus 55 right now as they are struggling to keep up with Eric Wolfs. Tell me, mate, ever tried doing a burnout in a ute? It's bloody bonza.
A ute? You guys and your funny names. That's just a pickup, right? Trust me, I've burnt more rubber than you've had shrimp on the Barbie.
This is edge of the seat stuff. Megasaurus 55 is relentlessly hunting down Eric Wolfs. Who'll blink first?
With just 0.7 seconds between them, will Megasaurus 55 be able to keep up the pace and make a pass?
Ripper of a move. Megasaurus 55's not just in the race. They're owning it. Today, 6th. You reckon these drivers do any off-track training? Maybe a bit of kangaroo boxing?
Haha, if they do, sign me up. But I think most stick to wrestling with the steering wheel.
You can feel the focus radiating from Chris Ilduke, confidently holding onto the 5th.
Oh, for sure. But remember, the rearview mirror can be just as crucial as the windscreen. Chris Ilduke needs to watch out for those lurking in the shadows.
If racing were a dance, Sunoiler would be trying to lead, but Jack M team just keeps cutting in. The dance floor is heating up.
It's moments like these that make motorsports so exciting. We're witnessing a battle of skill and strategy between two great drivers, with Sunoiler in third determined to catch up. But we know Jack M team isn't just going to hand it to them on a plate. Sunoiler is going to have to take it. It should be an interesting battle to watch as long as they can close that gap.
Megasaurus 55 appears to be trying to find a way round Eric. Wolves, they could make a move on them in Windigo.
Rubbing is racing. Let's hope they don't rub it too hard.
I swear, Megasaurus 55's on the ground, making the leap to 6th look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue. You know, Hal, as a former racing driver yourself, can you give us some insights into what goes through a driver's mind during these quieter moments in a race?
Sure, Rob. During these moments, drivers often take the opportunity to assess their race strategy, monitor their car's performance, and plan their next move. It's all about staying focused and finding the right time to strike.
The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Eric, Wolfs is inching ever closer to Megasaurus 55. Ah, the age-old challenge. Puppy Dog from Hell is trying to catch Eric. Wolfs, sort of like trying to find a matching sock in the laundry. The struggle is real, folks.
This is where experience comes into play. Eric Wolfs has been in this position before and knows how to defend their position. But Puppy Dog from Hell is hungry for success and won't give up easily. Will we see a clash of the titans?
The crowd is on tenterhooks as Eric, Wolfs in 7th chases after Megasaurus 55. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Eric, Wolfs find a way to catch up?
Yeehaw, it's like Eric Wolfs took a detour through the drive-thru. With a gap that big, I hope they ordered extra determination with a side of grit.
While Megasaurus 55 is not under immediate threat from Eric, Wolfs, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position. Oi, Megasaurus 55 has just whipped out a blinder of a lap. Faster than Eric, Wolfs. Bet that's gonna ruffle some feathers. Watching the drivers handle their cars is like watching a croc handler at a wildlife show. There's a finesse to it. But one wrong move, and you're in a world of hurt.
Oh, for sure. It's like trying to rope a bull in a rodeo. It looks easy from the stands, but up close, it's all about skill, timing, and knowing when it's about to let go.
The gap between Megasaurus 55 and Eric, Wolfs is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from Megasaurus 55 to bring Eric, Wolfs into play. If Sunoiler goes any slower, they'll join me in my failed dreams collection. Front row seats available. Mate, Sunoiler's creeping up on Jack M team like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked that brake bias a touch to the rear.
This ain't Sunoiler's first rodeo. They're optimizing their racing line, reducing understeer. If Jack M team ain't nervous, they sure ought to be.
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Megasaurus 55, who is currently in P6. But Chris Ilduke is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Megasaurus 55. Oi, Megasaurus 55's chassis balance is on point today. They're handling bumps and curbs smoother than a croc sliding into water. Chris Ilduke's got a battle ahead.
This here's where the steel meets the pavement. Both drivers got to keep their cool if they're looking to take the checkered flag.
As a former driver, Hal, how did you manage the physical demands of racing?
It's all about preparation, Rob. Drivers undergo rigorous fitness training to build their strength, stamina, and flexibility. A proper diet and hydration plan is also essential to ensure peak performance on race day.
And it's a checkered flag for Rob, who crosses the finish line with a commanding victory. What a phenomenal performance, absolutely dominant today. What a drive from Jack M team, securing a great second place finish. What a race from Sunoiler. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium. Martin Tuib take fourth. Chris Il-Duke brings home fifth. Coming in ninth, wait, Chris Il-Duke is in the pits. With Megasaurus 55 in sixth. Eric Wolf's in seventh. In eighth, it's Puppy Dog from Hell. Megasaurus 55 has decided to pit.